Typically, when I write a one-shot, I intend for it to stay that way. However, I've gotten requests from many different people, so here it is. Please enjoy. Ignoring him would be easy, but ignoring your own mind that wanders off to him whenever you're not thinking of anything important, which is often, is harder than it seems at first thought. What are you thinking about? Heizuka asks, unable to hide his sly smile. You look up. He's leaning on a ledge, hands turned to fists resting neatly on his cheeks. You know, the usual, you say sarcastically. Ah, then have you decided how to kill me yet? A grin slides into place on your face. Still thinking, you say, getting to your feet. Better choose quick. Well, there are just so many choices. You turn to Heizuka, darkness clouding your vision. Heizuka laughs this off. Where are you going? You sigh. I need to clear my head. Something's been bugging you. He says as a statement rather than a question. A frown replaces the once teasing smirk. You smile. No, it's just foggy in here. You walk out the door, so you didn't catch it, but Heizuka shook his head at you. He knew you were lying. It's what you did. He would never admit it, even to himself, but he hated when you kept things to yourself. You were walking around York New City, trying to catch your breath in the cold city air. Something felt off real quick. You felt nervous. You were always cautious, however, your shoulders were tense. They only did that out of habit when you turned your eyes up, down, around, and caught his eyes again. Someone was watching you. You tried to relax your shoulders, but under his stare it was inevitable. You turned away and walked as fast as you could. You passed groups and groups of people. Vendors were trying to sell you things and musicians were playing instruments, trying to gain a crowd. You passed them all to try and get away from him. Once you felt like you were a good enough distance away, you let yourself breathe. But as soon as you exhaled, your breath was caught in your lungs again. He was right behind you, his chest to your back. Your heart became a rapid beat of turbulence as he leaned his head in, mask right above the baby hair around your neck. You closed your eyes and waited for what seemed like days. His hot breath felt so intimate that it would be impossible for you to hide the redness in your cheeks. The fact that he had actually pulled down his mask to tell you this felt absolutely insane when you repeated it to yourself in your head. What do you think about becoming a spider? With every word, your neck got hotter. You felt like he spoke slowly on purpose. What do you mean? You managed to get out your words without so much as a squeak. You patted yourself on the back for that. You stepped away from him, and the warmth his body brought dissipated right after. You turned to face him properly. What are you asking? What are you asking? Feitan's mask was pulled back up. You curiously thought about how he managed to pull it up so quickly, but then again, your curiosity usually got the best of you whenever it came to him, so this wasn't really a surprise to you. However, you refused to let him get the best of you. You schooled your expression, forcing what little redness was left on your cheeks away, and waited for his reply. He was seemingly waiting for something as well. Just then, you caught what he was waiting for. You stepped back, just the slightest, letting the arrow fly past you in the nick of time. Your eyes narrowed. Whatever this thing you were feeling, you had no intention of letting it get you killed. Quit following me. You turned on your heels and started walking away, a definition in your step. How could you be so deluded? He was a shadow following you wherever you went. You'd be better off without him and these feelings. What are you doing to me? You mumble under your breath. Just leave me alone. You grit your teeth. your hands curling up into fist. Why in? You heard someone call out to you. You turn your head, thinking it was Hizuka. No, it wasn't. It was your little brother. Well, one of them. Killua, you say in an exasperated sigh. What are you still doing here? I thought you would have moved on by now. You eye the other boys and the single man. Then you let them fall back on your baby brother, your sinister smile returning to your mouth. I thought so too. You eyed the Kurta boy, looking him up and down. Thanks for taking care of my brother. I appreciate it. It's really not a big deal. We're friends. The youngest of the three boys scratched the nape of his neck. Friends? It was all you could do not to scoff. You shook your head. Still, you have my gratitude. Of course, he's a bit of a handful, but he's useful, the older male said, earning a smack on the back of the neck from the Kurta boy. The action stunned you, which left the others a little scared, thinking you had somehow taken offense, but you just burst out with a chuckle. You wiped your tears on your sleeve. Honestly, you patted Killua's fluffy white hair. I'm happy for you, little brother. He was just as stunned by the action as you were a few seconds ago, a small blush coating his cheeks, but he caught sight, or feel, or whatever of it, and turned away in a pout. Yeah, whatever. Same as always, I see. We should get going. Come on, Gon. He started pushing the young boys back. Well, it was nice meeting you, the young boy, Gon, Killua had called him, said. You as well. You shouted, waving. You began walking again, thinking it was about time to get back to where Chrollo had set up you and Hisoka for the time being. For some reason, though, you couldn't find it. What the hell? You grumbled, getting more and more frustrated. Where the hell did you go? Ugh! Lost? You narrowed your eyes again, doing your best to ignore the pounding in your chest. Your stupid heart would just have to suck it up and deal with it. You whirled around and stomped the few steps it took toward Feitan. His eyes shot upward, obviously grinning at the situation. You pointed. What did you do? He raised his hands in defense. I have no idea what you're talking about. You chuckled slightly. Oh, yeah, I seriously doubt that. Feitan tilted his head mockingly. Do you? It only made you angrier. You were a long-range assassin. You went undercover, poisoned people's drink or food, slit unsuspecting necks, and feigned victim. You didn't engage in hand-to-hand combat because your emotions got too heightened. Your anger and adrenaline would kick in and you would go batshit crazy. You would be in a state of mind where you couldn't control what you do. So, you thoroughly avoided any type of conflict. It would end up messy and time-consuming if you weren't careful. However, Feitan's challenging eyes might just make the long cleaning hours worth it. You reached your hand to pull his mask away, planning to use it as a distraction for when you would punch him with your other hand. However, your plans were foiled when he caught your wrist. Your right hand had pulled his mask down, and at the same time, he leaned in. When your left hand came to collide with his face, he caught your wrist. You were too dazed to understand immediately, but when your brain processed everything, you pulled away, embarrassed. Not only was that your first kiss, you liked it. You felt the butterflies flap in your stomach. You wish they'd all just drop dead. You wiped your mouth, eyes cast downward, red coating your cheeks. I hate you, you stated. He chuckled. Enemies make the best lovers.